This is a short video to show you how to set up your Student Engagement Center and automated messaging tools. Inside of your learning management system, inside of your course section, you're going to have a folder called Faculty Resources. You should see a link for a Student Engagement Center. This may also say Waymaker Faculty Tools. That's what this item was called before. The functionality will still work the same way. If you do want to change the naming of it, though, you can do that. You will need to set up the Student Engagement Center at the beginning of each semester and also for each Waymaker section that you're teaching. Let's go ahead and look into it a little bit further. In the Student Engagement Center, the first screen that's going to come up is going to let you set up your automated messaging. You can do the default settings, or you can customize. You'll want to pick your email address, and then it should fill in your credentials, but you can make any changes if you want. Then you'll hit save. If you want to do the default settings, then you'll go ahead and hit done. If you would like to customize, you can do that here by going in and editing, or I'll also show you what you can customize a little bit later. For right now, I'm going to click done. Then it's going to show you your Student Engagement Center. We'll come back to that in a moment. Student histories, we'll review that as well, and then our settings. So this is where if we do want to customize, we can come back and do this later if we don't do that during the initial step. Some things that you can customize. Waymaker will send out automated messages to your students on your behalf as soon as they submit a quiz attempt. Those messages are going to vary depending on how students interact with their quizzes and the study plan. We want to make sure these are turned on because students do about 10% better in sections that utilize these versus ones that do not. The first type of automated message is called a study tips message. This goes to students who get below the mastery threshold on their first quiz attempt and are not engaging with at least 25% of the study plan. We have 3 different templates here. You can customize these if you would like. If you customize, you'll do it on the left-hand side. You can see the preview here and hit save. These messages are meant to give students reminders and study tips to utilize their study plan. It won't send the same type of automated message to a student more than once every 2 weeks, but these will go out automatically on your behalf to students when they submit a quiz and fall into this category. The nice work message is also automated. This is a positive reinforcement message that goes to students who get above the mastery threshold. You can see a sample here. You can make any changes if you'd like. See the preview here, and click save if you make any changes. Once you're done, you'll go ahead and click save. Those are the 2 automated messages. Communication preferences. This is if you want to change the way that your name or signature is displayed, or if you want to receive notifications of what Waymaker is recommending to your students. If you make any changes, hit save. The intervention messages. These are not automated messages. These are templates that we allow you to set up ahead of time. These are for students who get below the mastery threshold, but are engaging with at least 25% of the formative assessments in the study plan. So there are 2 different templates here that you can customize, and we'll talk about how to use those in a little bit. Then your course settings. This is the mastery threshold. We set it at 80 as a default, but if you would like to change it, you can. This is what's going to trigger the automated messages and identifying students in need of those time-sensitive interventions. You'll hit save if you make any changes. Let's go to our engagement center. On here, we're going to see students in need of time-sensitive interventions. It'll show you their self-check grades, as well as their quiz attempts, their areas of struggle. Then you can choose to message or dismiss them. If you message them, the 2 templates I mentioned before will pop up. You can customize and make any changes and send it right out. Or you can also dismiss messaging. If you say view all interventions, you'll get a detailed breakdown of what your students are struggling with, as well as any students who have struggled in the past 10 days. These students do not get automated messages. We also have our student history. You can dig into individual students. So if I want to see what Holly's doing, I can see some goals and concerns, as well as all of her quiz attempts and scores, and how she is doing on those self-checks.